There's a quiet ache that lives beneath the surface. A feeling that no matter how much you learn, how much you give, how much you build, it still isn't enough. It hums softly, like a low vibration in your bones. It whispers that someone else is wiser, stronger, more capable. And in these moments of silence, it takes shape in the mind as doubt. This shadow doesn't scream. It's subtle. It's patient. And it's cunning. It hides beneath self-improvement, disguising itself as humility. It says, I just need to be better before I can. Before I can lead. Before I can speak. Before I can love myself fully. But beneath that thought is fear. The fear of being seen is not enough. The fear of exposure, of being found lacking. It's the same fear that makes you over-prepare, overanalyze, and sometimes freeze altogether. And you've worn this shadow like armor, mistaking it for protection. But what it really does is keep you small. It builds walls around your natural brilliance. It convinces you that others hold the key to your worth, that you must earn your wisdom instead of embodying it. Inadequacy is the child of comparison. It's born the moment you measure yourself against another soul's journey. And yet, that measurement is an illusion. Because what you are comparing is infinite to infinite. No one can be more or less of the infinite. You are not missing pieces. You are a whole being rediscovering yourself through layers of forgetting. The deeper truth is this. The fear of inadequacy isn't proof you're not enough. It's proof that your depth is stirring. You feel the vastness within you, and it's intimidating. You sense something ancient moving inside, something so deep and mysterious that your mind can't comprehend it. So it calls it inadequacy. But what it's really touching is the void, the great unknown within. And you were never meant to fill that void. You were meant to enter it, to breathe inside it, to let its stillness strip you of false identity. And every time you resist that void, every time you fill the silence with noise, with productivity, with validation, you delay your own unveiling. But when you sit in it, trembling yet willing, you begin to sense the sacred pulse of something deeper. And that pulse is your hidden wellspring. It doesn't come from knowledge or training. It comes from trust. from knowing that even in emptiness, you are whole. And from the ashes of inadequacy rises the gift of resourcefulness. It's the moment you stop trying to be enough and start realizing you already have enough. Every tool, every experience, every scar and success, all of it has shaped your toolkit for this exact moment in time. Resourcefulness is not about abundance of things. It is about the abundance of being. It's when you look within the same empty hands that once felt useless and realize they can create worlds from nothing. When you embody this gift, life becomes less about waiting for permission and more about playing with what's in front of you. You no longer see lack as a curse. You see it as a canvas. You see limitation as a doorway to invention. The beauty of this gift is that it teaches you presence. Because when you're resourceful, you stop waiting for something to change. You start engaging with what is. You say, this is what I have. This is who I am. Let's see what I can make of it. And that's when the magic begins. That's when you start turning your pain into medicine, your stories into teachings, your loneliness into connection. Resourcefulness is the alchemy of spirit. It's what allows you to take the same materials everyone else has and create something only you could create. In your work, in your relationships, in your healing, this gift turns you into a bridge between worlds. You learn to trust your intuition, to listen to the quiet voice within, and to draw from the deep underground river of your being. There's no inadequacy here. There's only creativity. And when you live from that space, life begins to respond in kind. Synchronicities appear. Ideas flow easy. And the right people show up. Resourcefulness opens the door to a kind of quiet confidence. not the kind that shouts, but the quiet confidence that smiles in the dark and says, "I'll find a way." And from that deep well of resourcefulness, something even more ancient emerges. Wisdom. Wisdom is not knowledge. Knowledge gathers. Wisdom distills. Knowledge seeks. Wisdom listens. Knowledge fills the mind. Wisdom empties it. Wisdom lives in the silence after the storm. It is the knowing that arises when the mind has finally stopped trying to prove itself. When inadequacy no longer drives your choices, and resourcefulness becomes your way of being, then wisdom flows like a quiet stream through everything you touch. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't demand recognition. It simply is. The wise one does not claim to know. They simply trust the unfolding. They understand that every challenge, every delay, every heartbreak is part of life's design to deepen their roots. You begin to see how even the void was never empty. It was the womb of creation. And you realize that the moments you felt most lost were the ones that led you to your deepest truths. Wisdom softens your gaze. You stop judging others for not being there yet. Because you remember what it felt like to doubt yourself. You see the divine choreography in all things. There's a peace that comes with that realization, a stillness, a presence that requires no performance. You've been swimming in the depths all along. And what you thought was drowning was initiation. You were never inadequate. No. You were being seasoned by mystery. So now, let this remembrance settle into your bones. You were never meant to be perfect. You were meant to be real. Inadequacy was only the shadow cast by your own depth. It showed you where you had forgotten your power. And resourcefulness reminded you that what you seek is already within reach. And wisdom revealed that what you were seeking has always been you. So now, when you feel that old familiar doubt rising, just breathe. Just breathe. Feel the ground beneath you. And remember that you carry an ancient well inside your chest. You don't need to know every answer. You only need to listen. Because the voice of wisdom doesn't come through noise. It comes through silence. It comes through trust. And it comes through surrender. So let your life be a meditation in motion. A living dialogue with the unseen. A rhythm of listening, trusting, and creating. And stillness is when wisdom comes. In silence, when you're listening, so when the mind says, I can't, the heart whispers, watch me. This is the beautiful alchemy of this journey. You turn doubt into devotion. And you turn emptiness into a sacred wellspring. You remember? It's been you all along. And you are not inadequate. You are infinite depth, learning how to breathe in human form. I love you.